An extremely intense championship comes down to one final push out west. 4 drivers ready to contend for the OMSRL Cup Series Championship. Good afternoon, one and all. Welcome to Auto Club Speedway. My name is Olarampo, bringing you all of racing action from start to finish on this beautiful Tuesday afternoon. It's going to be a wild one here this afternoon as you got 100 laps, 200 miles ready to kick off from this beautiful 2-mile facility out west. We take a look at the point standings and let's break down this championship for you. 4 drivers all rounded out to 3,000 points. Winner takes all in a 4-way shootout this afternoon. No bonus points on the line. This just comes down to who finishes higher in the final race of the season. Austin Gassion enters this race arguably as one of the favorites, as one of the underdogs to win this championship. Only 1 win on his championship, 6 top 5s to his names, along with 8 top 10s. Also with 8 top 10s, but only 4 top 5s in a win is Spencer Ray. But Ray has been much more consistent than Gassion has, finishing near the top 10 much more frequently throughout the season. Grant Peterson with 3 wins on the boards, 9 top 5s and 12 top 10s, and statistically, Conor LaFrance is looking set to take this championship with 2 wins to his name. He's only got 12 top 10s so far this championship, but out of those 12 top 10s, all 12 of them have also seen him score some top 5 finishes as well. So Conor LaFrance, arguably the favorite entering tonight, but of course it's all about whether or not he can pick up that pressure and whether he can handle himself this afternoon with 3 drivers that are going to be in an intense grudge match all the way home to the finish. It's 100 laps. It is very much a marathon this afternoon, not a sprint. We'll be starting in the beautiful California sunset and we'll be racing all the way through under the night sky to close out what has been one of the most intense and hard-fought championships in OMSRL history. Right now, qualifying is currently underway with several cars already making outings on their second laps here this afternoon, including none other than Baron Morton. 13, now 14 of the 18 cars put down lap time so far. Gassion right now starting his race from the pole position at the head of this field. Meanwhile, other drivers like Sean Boundy and Brandon Cluj still working their way around for their second laps. Terrell Wheeler ripping it off the high side of turn number 4. He'll come down to the start-finish line this time by for Wheeler. Lap number 2. What does it have in store? Only good enough for 13th. Krudoff will improve to the number 7 spot. Brandon Cluj improves to 12th. Sean Bounty punches ticket in to the number 3 position. And Austin McColgan still seeing if that number 51 Camry has got one last push for it this afternoon. He should have enough to complete his second qualifying lap. Lap number 1 at the stripe this time by. Not going to be a time that gets logged, so an invalidated first lap, likely because he was flirting so heavily with that outside wall, particularly through turns 1 and 2, where it could be a relatively difficult run. Brandon Cluj will improve to 6th on his qualifying sheets. McColgan driving it in deep into turn numbers 3 and 4. Off of the final corner, 10 seconds on the clock. He will be able to close out his qualifying effort. Lap number 2, where does it put him? Right at the buzzer. Good enough to get himself into the top 10. So that's it then. For the final time, qualifying is complete. And we're ready to take a rundown on what your starting grid is going to look like when we duke it out for racing action here this afternoon. Austin Gassion on pole position here this afternoon alongside Grant Peterson. Sean Bounty back in the number 3 spot. Ryan Jingler in 4th. Robert Peterson starts 5th. Brandon Cluj is 6th. Jacob Noyes is 7th. Krudoff is 8th. McColgan 9th. Rucker rounds out the top 10. Sean Kaiser 11th. Conor LaFrance is in 12th. Spencer Ray is 13th with Kroll in 14th. Wheeler, Morton, Purcell, and Swafford close out the field. So right now, it's an extremely intense battle. Two of your champion contenders locked out the front row. The other two sitting 12th and 13th. And you know for a fact that it is only going to continue to intensify as this night goes along. Those two drivers that started the front row, they might not be up there for too long because don't forget, you're going to have the whole rest of the field behind them that is also going to want to have a say in getting one last push to glory on this Tuesday afternoon. It's the final race of 2024. So we get set to enter the offseason and make a strong push when we swing back around to January. Waited on just one driver. It is Barrett Morton who we're waiting on before we can get this show properly on the road. For now, the field is waiting intensely as the final few minutes continue to tick away. What a race this is going to be. And you know for a fact, we're in for a wild ride this afternoon. Field working down the back straightaway for the final time where we'll get this show underway, and my goodness, the intensity builds so heavily. Austin Gassion has got eyes focused in front. He only just barely made it into this race. Some might contend that perhaps it should be Sean Boundy fighting for the championship in place of Gassion, but with this championship format, he found himself just 2 points out, and what a shame because, you know, he would love to be up there fighting for a championship starting on just the second row of this race. But you can't think about the past. You can only think about the present. And it is a present that is going to continue to get ever more intense throughout these next 100 laps. 200 miles ready to kick off. Sean Kaiser pulling to the infield. One final time. We're happy to have you on board on Tuesday night for the last time in 2024. It's go, go, go in Fontana! Off of turn number 4, Grant Peterson taking the lead early on. He leads lap number 1 to the green flag in the championship finale. Gassion drops back to 3rd. Rayan LaFrance still battling for 11th through 13th down the field, looking for 3 wide as they come off of turn number 4 behind. Look at Brett Rucker and Austin McColgan pinned in against the outside wall. It is a madhouse in the wild, wild west. Down to the bottom side, Brandon Clues trying to keep Gassion at bay. Austin Gassion hemorrhaging positions early on. And the lucky driver, the underdog in the season finale, finding himself dropping out early. He falls all the way to the back of the top 5. Grant Peterson right now being pushed along by teammate Ryan Dingler at the head of this field. But Sean Boundy wants to party. He wants to try to find himself further up through the grid. He wants to go for a last-minute glory on the season. Double file, still back throughout the field. Noyes, McColgan, side by side. Noyes pulls clear from the top side. Now 3 wide. Chase Swafford up to the high shelf. Kroll down in the middle, and Bear Morton down on the bottom as they try to get themselves sorted up the field now. More cars getting a bit sideways. Oh boy, problems with Ryan Dingler. What's happened to Dingler here? Has he found the wall? Coming off of turn number 4. He may very well have. We'll take a look on board. This is coming down in awards. Turn numbers 3 and 4. Oh, just in too deep. Does find the outside fence coming off the final corner. Osagasio now tracking for the inside of the Falcon Race Wraps number 69. Still got Jacob Noyes and Robert Peterson in lockstep. They'll quickly single file it out. And we're single file for the first time all afternoon, except for Bear Morton. Looking to the inside of Maxwell Kroll, making quick work of that number 19 car. Oh, sideways off of turn 2. Chase Swafford kicks the tail end out as well. They're able to recover it. And we will not get a crash. We won't get a caution. Not a good start, though, to Connor LaFrance's race, as he has tumbled all the way down the field. He is still at 13. Spencer Ray has been moving up. Connor LaFrance, arguably the title favorite, has been going nowhere this afternoon. Up the field, Sean Bounty still charged for that number 2 spot, trying to see if he can't reel in Grant Peterson. Otsagacion has managed to bounce back to the number 4 spot. Still trying to see if he can't retake the race lead, but if his teammate Ryan Dingler has anything to say about it, Gacion ain't going to be able to get anywhere near Grant Peterson. And then, of course, you got Spencer Ray, kind of in a bit of no man's land right now, championship-wise. He runs in 9th. About a second behind Gaciona with 4 or 5 cars in between them and a lot of ground to make up. Sean Bound to the inside of turn 1 of Badger Racing driver Grant Peterson. For the number 52 Toyota Camry, sweeps across the nose, Bounty to the race lead as we hit the back straightaway. And now Dingler looking for the inside on Gacion, looking to bump the number 1 car down to the 5th spot. Dingler gets through 4th. Grant Peterson now under fire from Brandon Kluge. So Dingler looking to link up with his Badger Racing teammate. Could try to play rear gunner here. Again, it is winner takes all in the points battle this afternoon. No bonus points on the line. It's just the highest finisher. Gacion's alongside Dingler, but Dingler's not going to make this easy, and he's forced to back out. Bear Morton and Terrell Wheeler, the 2 drivers that are starting to lose touch with this leading pack. Terrell Wheeler in particular dropping off 1.7 seconds just from Bear Morton alone. That's quickly growing to 1.8. Oh, Dingler finds the wall again. Just a little kiss there coming off of turn 4. Oh, man, Ryan Dingler having a huge loose moment there. Oh, trouble! No! Spencer Ray into the outside wall! One of the points contenders is around! Big dramas in the championship right out of the gate! Stephen Purcell with damage as well, but that's disaster for Spencer Ray! And has that just felt a championship over for the RC Cola number 6? Big damage on that Mustang. I don't like his chances after that. That was a violent wreck. Oh boy. I think that might be toast. Take another look back as Spencer Ray slammed into the outside wall, and that car turned dead right hard into Austin McColgan. McColgan slid all the way down the racetrack for the Sportsnet Camry and bounced off the inside wall in hefty fashion. Spun him back up and around. That is not a pleasant sight to see. Oh, no. It happened so quickly. Still not quite sure what happened to start this. That's a lot of damage to the Spencer Ray's car. I don't like that. Take a look back again. Oh, Robert Peterson just got loose. That's all it was. Spin the 6 around. McCall goes into the inside wall. Somebody there had a heck of an avoidance. Oh, it would have been Maxwell Kroll, but Kroll then got into the outside wall. Right on board with Robert Peterson here, coming off of turn 2. Just got a little loose. Might have had the air taken off him by Jacob Noyes and just never got it gathered up. And then Kroll here. Right behind, you see him just go into the outside wall in the mirror. Several cars down pit road. Spencer Ray on his way out. He has been forced, I think, to take a quick repair early on. So he's going to have a clean race car down, but not out. Other drivers are taking damage repairs. They are not opting. Uh-oh. I think Justin Krudoff might have just bailed. Oh, there he goes. Now he's back. So Robert Peterson and Brett Rucker, Stefan Purcell, Krudoff, McColgan, Kroll, and Morton all in for damage repairs off of that wreck. Sean Bounty takes the race lead. So resetting the championship situation right now. Grant Peterson leads the way in that championship, but he's going to be lined up side by side with Austin Gassion. Connor LaFrance, because of that wreck, has been able to improve his positioning to 8th. So he's not too far behind the main title contenders now. He could have a good run going for him. I think Chase, you're in the wrong lane, buddy. You should go into the inside. There you go. Spencer Ray is the big worry now. He's all the way back in 11th. That is recoverable, but he's got to have a lot go his way, and he cannot get caught up in any further issues tonight. So Spencer Ray very much now on the back foot, looking like for Krudoff and Kroll, it will be game over. iRacing pace car is into pit road. Green flag comes back in the air. We are back to racing in Fontana. Austin McColgan only just got out of pit road, and he's going to have to really scramble now. Bounty getting away well. The rest of the field double file behind as they get off at turn 4. Gassion making a quick drive up to 3rd. Grant Peterson tucking in line for 5th. Here comes Connor LaFrance. The ESM number 7 Valvoline Camaro trying to do the best he can. Sweeps across the nose of Jacob Noyes. Grant Peterson just a little ways tucked up behind Austin Gassion now. 3 of the 4 playoff contenders under a blanket. Gassion still hanging on to third. Peterson clears his teammate Ryan Dingler for fourth. Dingler maintains fifth, and LaFrance not able to get a good run going. Jacob Noyes sweeping out to the outside of 3 wide behind, looking for it. While Chase Swavern still remains in the wings of the number 18. Trouble, look out! Peterson to Gassion to the inside! Big contact for the championship lead! Gassion sweeps up! Grant Peterson doesn't hang on, I think he has, they both save it! Ryan Dingler now side by side with LaFrance! A monumental save from the both of them! Connor LaFrance picks up, looking for the third place spot. Look at Chase Swavern drive around the outside. Right in the wall in turn 2. He backs out. Slams into the wall again. It's just come to blows. Graham Peterson getting into it big time there with Austin Gassion. Take another look. Gassion tried to pinch Peterson in. Grant wasn't having it, and they got turned down the racetrack. Somehow they both recover, but my goodness, coulda, shoulda been a big wreck. Grant Peterson just wanted to open up the door. He was up against the wall. Gassion pinched a bit too aggressively. And that could very well have just cost himself a championship. Holy cow, what a save though from the top 2 there. And try to get one more look at this from way up above. Gassion was in front. Grant Peterson had such a big run on him. Good grief, that's the lap before, sorry. Little bit earlier, and this should give us the story here. So you can see Grant still about half a car length behind Gassion. Gassion started to slip up a little bit in 1 and 2. Grant Peterson had a charge going. Gassion went defensive, and I mean, I'm sorry, but Grant's up against the outside wall. You cannot just pinch somebody in and turn them like that. Whoa, look out, Kaiser! Sean Kaiser with a big slide to the inside, still pedaling it. Brings it back above the apron, and we are still green. Well, that's just blown this championship wide open. Looking to recap, Connor LaFrance in the side-by-side dogfight with Chase Swavern now has the lead of the championship. Brandon Kluge fighting it out with Sean Bounty for the lead. They'll drive it in deep into turn number 1. Sean Bounty continuing to pull clear up the road, and Bounty able to maintain his run for the race lead, but right now, LaFrance leads the championship. Gray, though, in close second behind and within striking distance. Grant Peterson only dropped back to 11. Gassion, the big loser in all of that. Instant karma for the number 1 as he drops all the way back to 15th. Robert Peterson now side by side with Stephen Purcell. There you see Maxwell Kroll on the bottom of the racetrack, just left pit road. Gassion is now on a long, long recovery drive as he gets back up to the number 13 spot. Meanwhile, side by side between Sean Kaiser and Brett Rucker as they make their way down the pit straight towards turn number 1. Rucker and Kaiser still double file with the number 4 car. Did a relatively good job on holding the inside line. Gassion getting back up to 12 now as he'll take the outside of Terrell Wheeler. Up front, Brandon Kluge making the look, another dive to the inside of Bounty out of 4. He's gonna have to tuck in line though if he wants to get that slipstream down the pit straight. Auto Club, man, it is such a good track for a season finale. Could not have asked for any better. Ryan Dingler is still in the close third as well. Meanwhile, Spencer Ray has been closing in. Conor LaFrance now looking for the inside. Shoots for the bottom. Spencer Ray picks up 6th, and with that, he takes the championship lead. Conor LaFrance looking back to the inside, trying to go for the over-under. LaFrance takes to the inside. Does he hang on? It's a long drive all the way through turns 1 and 2. Chase Swafford finding the fence. Ray clears Swafford, but so does Conor LaFrance. You see the top 3 getting away. There's the main championship battle, ducking around through 3 and 4. Top 2. Still in a decent charge, trying to get away from each other. They just cannot break clear. Seeing if he can't size up another attempt here. Turn 4, man, it's been his Achilles heel all day long. Just hasn't been able to really do much with it. Gets such a good drive through the bottom side of 3, but it scrubs off any kind of momentum that he would have had, so he just can't have a run down the front straight. That or he's trying to see if they can't break away. Potential for Ryan Dingler behind them. Further behind them, you see Conor LaFrance and Spencer Ray in that battle for the points lead. All 4 champion contenders within camera shot. Grant Peterson was 3 cars back from this one, and just 2 behind him was Austin Gassion. Quarter of the way through this race, 74 laps to go. And this time, Brandon Kluge finally gets the run down the inside. And oh, not quite. Sean Bounty driving in round the top. Sean Bounty trying to hang with it. Kluge down to the inside. Gets a little loose out of turn number 2. Don't think he's going to have anything for him, and he will not. So flash back to the championship battle. Spencer Ray trying to get to the inside of Conor LaFrance again. Ray, LaFrance, both hugging the inside line. Grant Peterson makes a move on Chase Swafford, puts himself up another spot. Ray looking high, looking low, trying to find a way through. Ripping the outside wall. Trying to get the most amount of momentum physically possible. Kluge and Dingler getting a bit physical for second. Dingler's caught back up to the top 3, and Sean Bounty has retaken the race lead. All that allows for Ryan Dingler to close the gap. Ryan Dingler trying to gun to the point with some long run pace, but Sean Bounty again pulling the outside line. Dingler just can't do anything with it, try as he may. Take it to the inside again for the Falcon, to the inside of the Falcon Race Wraps Mustang. Who's going to have this one pretty secure in hand, though? Ray takes over the points lead. Carter LaFrance trying to battle back, getting him loose in 4. And Ray loses out again. The battle for the points lead continues to be an intense one. Carter LaFrance down to the inside. Spencer Ray going to have to really try to work for his lunch money here this afternoon. Take another look. Spencer Ray drives around the outside of Carter LaFrance there. That was down the front stretch, and then the very next lap, LaFrance took him back after getting him a little bit arrow loose in turn 2. "70 laps to go." Oh boy, big loose moment there for Spencer Ray and the All-American Motorsports Ford Mustang as he comes off of turn 4. Carter LaFrance driving it in deep. As the 6 and the 7 continue to go side by side. Ryan Dingler back up to the top shelf as Brandon Kluge picks up the number 2 spot. Ryan Dingler picking up the number 2 spot, sorry. Kluge dropped back to 3rd. Sean Bounty still minding his own business, still very much leading the way. So Ray and LaFrance are 1-2 for the championship, running 4th and 5th. Grant Peterson is back at the number 8 spot, and Gassion is starting to reel in Grant Peterson a bit more. I don't think Grant Peterson is going to be so keen, though, on letting Gassion get by him, if I'm being perfectly honest. Working lap 33. LaFrance looking to the inside of Ryan Dingler. It's now the battle for 3rd as Dingler has dropped off in the top 2. Oh boy. Oh, Dingler's forcing him down. Dingler's forcing him down. Battle for 3rd. Remember, Eastern Stars Motorsports and Badger Racing, they've clashed before this season. And Dingler's trying to help reel in Grant Peterson into the fight. Look at Ray. Sizing one up. Slingshots round the top of Dingler as LaFrance takes him from down low. Bounty maintains the lead for now. Kluge dropping back to the number 2 spot as he'll fall into turns 3 and 4. Still looking for the outside line and still can't find anything. Sean Bounty has got defense at Auto Club absolutely dialed in. Dingler shoving Bear Morton to the point as he tries to continue to hang on to whatever spots he can muster. Carter LaFrance, meanwhile, started to take off with this battle. Spencer Ray has not been able to get around Ryan Dingler at all. And That's allowing for LaFrance to breathe a sigh of relief as he continues to try to run down the top two. Cluj back to the bottom side of 3 and 4. Sweeping up from the bottom. Is that enough to clear? Not quite. Drag race down the front stretch. Here comes LaFrance. And Bounty retakes the lead with a massive outside charge down the front stretch. That outside line off of turn 4 is so powerful. Unless you know what you're doing, you really can't do much with it. There's Connor LaFrance making the dive to the inside of Cluj, so Cluj will not be able to attack. Coming down to turn number 3 this time around, unless LaFrance backs out. But Cluj not going to commit to the dive this time around. Bunch of cars started to run down Bounty with that race lead. I think that long run pace might be dropping off a little bit for the number 34. LaFrance down to the inside. Bounty trying to hang on for the race lead. He's been good on the top side. But LaFrance knows what he's doing with that bottom lane. Trying to sweep across the nose, but Bounty is there. Sean Bounty continuing to run the high side, forcing cars to burn up their tires down low. No dice yet for LaFrance. And all of this fighting, by the way, is slowly bringing in Spencer Ray back into the picture. This time, LaFrance has the inside, and he might have it a little bit more secure. Cuts across the nose. LaFrance to the point, and Bounty forced to lift out. So the Valvoline number 7 Eastern Stars Motorsports Chevy Camaro to the front of not just this race, but the championship, and now started to walk away. Trying to hunt down what would be his 3rd win of the season and what would be his final win of the season as well. Oh boy, Cluj. Oh, sorts of crossed up there as they come down to it. Jeez Louise, I mean, this whole mess is just coming down to it. You can really tell how much this field is just gunning for it right now. I mean, this is nail-biting stuff here. Yet the battle remains just as intense as ever for some of these top spots. LaFrance pulling away. Bounty trying to hang on for second. I think those tires have fallen away from him. If Spencer Ray wants to get up there and contend again for the race lead, he's got to get through this mess quickly. 3 wide for the number 2 spot off of turn 4. Sean Bounty in the mix. Barrett Morton in the mix. Brandon Cluj in the mix. Contact between Morton and Bounty down the front stretch. Spencer Ray helping Cluj out from the high side, trying to find a way to get through. Way up to the high side in turn number 2. I think Bounty might have finally lost what little momentum. Oh boy, dooring Spencer Ray off of turn number 2 there. That puts Spencer Ray into the wall. Ray's got to be careful. He can't afford any damage on that race car. Pit stop window likely not too far away, as we are getting set to close out the first half of racing action this afternoon. Ray now being helped out by Ryan Dingler from up top. Oh, but Ray caught the wall. You can see damage on the right front. I don't like that. Take a look in. Watch that right front as he comes around turn 4 here. Has quite a bit of chipped paint on that one. Ryan Dingler with a big scramble to the inside of the racetrack. I think got a little loose coming off of turn 4. Behind, Austin Gassion has moved up to 8th. Grant Peterson is now in the fray as he fights it out for 6th. And yellow flag comes out. Caution on the racetrack. Kroll goes around. Gassion's lead annihilated. LaFrance's lead annihilated, sorry. So it looks like this may have been self-inflicted here. Or maybe not. Terrell Wheeler ran him over. Hard into the outside wall for the Swedish fish, number 19. Take a look at speed. I mean, what was that? Just flat ran him over. I don't know if he had damage or what, but that was just clumsy from Wheeler. Well, that will put us under the caution for the second time tonight. And this championship battle going to continue to intensify as we continue to march further on towards the tail end of this race. Pit stops underway. No surprises here. Pretty much everybody is in, just shy of the halfway point. This could serve to really shake up the championship order here, or at least put everybody back on even footing, and now they're going to restart. Oh, Robert Peterson over to Schutz. That'll cost a few spots. That could bump some drivers up a couple positions here. LaFrance, lead of the championship as they leave pit road. Ray will be second. Then it's Peterson and Gassion. All 4 champion contenders will be on the front 3 rows. Championship continuing to intensify. We'll be back in a moment on Green Flag TV.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head to head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Welcome back to Green Flag TV. Getting set to go back to Green Flag Racing this afternoon. Just shy of the halfway point. Conor LaFrance leads the way and leads the championship. He is elected for the outside line for the restart. Spencer Ray back in 4th. Austin Gassion and Grant Peterson are 5th and 6th. LaFrance has shown a lot of speed tonight after he did not have an ideal qualifying run. So we'll try to go at this again. Pace cars off. Kind of the LaFrance coming to it. Green flags out. We're back underway. Oh boy, Spencer Ray to the inside. Gassione trying to drive through. Sean Bounty immediately takes the race lead back. Connor LaFrance battling back with that high side that Bounty used so much earlier today. Jacob Noyes scrambles down to the inside. He'll manage to keep it out of the wall. Gassione trying to see if he can't size up his teammate, trying to go for the points lead. Grant Peterson still in the mix. Spencer Ray still in the mix. 4 tires and fuel for everybody but Sean Kaiser on pit stops. Actually, sorry, Kaiser getting back down to pit road for pit stops. LaFrance shuts the door on his own teammate coming down to turn 1. LaFrance takes this one away. And Gassione will have to try again. Up to the top side of turn number 4, working down the tri-oval. Grant Peterson wants to make the move to the inside of 3 wide. Sends it down the inside. He'll break up the ESM train. Gets in between Gassione and LaFrance. And LaFrance quickly abandons Grant Peterson to get in line with Sean Bounty. Grant Peterson cutting off Austin Gassione before ducking to the inside of Brandon Kluge. Kluge or LaFrance still battling for second. Trouble back straight away. Terrell Wheeler into the infield. And the high noon Camaro with big problems, but no yellow yet. Grant Peterson trying to go for the championship lead to the inside of LaFrance. This is the big battle right now, and Spencer Ray is nowhere near it. LaFrance looks low, dives low, deep into turn 3, trying to pick off Grant. Peterson washing up to the high side, being muscled out. Dingler may have caught the wall there, coming off at turn 4. Heads up drag race down the front stretch, back down to turn 1. Terrell Wheeler makes it to pit road. Real quick, let's find out what just happened to Terrell Wheeler on the backstretch. Whoa, loose, hard into the wall. That broke the car, and that will do it. There's the run. Peterson's gotten clear. LaFrance started to drop back. He may have pushed too hard too soon. So Sean Bounty, Grant Peterson, and now Austin McColgan are packed up line astern. Peterson trying to see if he's got any kind of momentum to stay in front of the 51. He's trying to see if he can't close down Sean Bounty to get some extra insurance here for the title. 3 other championship contenders, meanwhile, under a blanket as we cross into the second half of this race. Dingler on the backslide, might be forced to back out here altogether if he can't keep that speed up. Oh, he's got some momentum in turn 4. Round the outside, 3 wide with 2 ESM cars on the bottom. Gassione down low, LaFrance in the middle, Dingler on top. Dingler pulling back these 2 cars, keeping them from trying to go after his teammate. And doing so quite effectively. Gassione going to lose out not just to Spencer Ray, not just to LaFrance, not just to Dingler, but also to Stefan Purcell. Gassione started to drop back a good bit here quite early on. Grant Peterson looking to try to take away the inside from Brandon Kluge as they work the back straightaway. Grant Peterson right in front of Austin McColgan as well. Turning lap number 57. And boy, what a wild ride it has been so far. I mean, there is just nothing between any of the drivers right now that are fighting it out for the title. Single file all throughout. And looking like we're going to be able to kind of settle into a rhythm here. Sean Kaiser further down the field, giving up a spot to Barrett Morton as Morton for the Riley's Roses Camaro takes one away. Camaro Truck Parts Chevy manages to fend off Brett Rucker. That was the pass for the top 10 to get into the top 10 on the grid. Behind them, Robert Peterson getting in behind Jago Noyes as they'll exchange positions. Connor LaFrance now to the inside of Dingler. And it looks like LaFrance has been able to get around the number 16. Now LaFrance's long run pace was nothing to shrug off. So now we get to see what happens when he gets unleashed in the mid-pack. Still no dice as to who's going to come out on top. I mean, this race continues to be ever, ever close. It again comes down to a case of who is going to make the move when. Sean Bounty is being quite steadily caught by Brandon Kluge, Grant Peterson, and more. Ryan Dingler still trying to see if he can't fend off Connor LaFrance trying to see if he can't fend off Ryan Dingler. Spencer Ray still trying to get his hat thrown into the ring. This battle here is a big one to watch because you've got drivers that are really trying to go after each other. I can tell you right now, it's going to be a very, very close one. I mean, at this point, it's really a case of who knows how this one's going to pan out. Still a lot that can happen in 40 laps of racing. And now Dingler trying to get back to the inside of LaFrance to upset the run. Cluj still in lockstep with Sean Boundy. No one has been able to get near these guys in the top three. Grant Peterson trying to get himself onto the top steps. We can try to run away with this before LaFrance finds a way to break free from this battle behind. Although he's got a fellow competitor now, Spencer Ray looking to his inside, down the inside of turn 3. And the 6 pushes up from the bottom. LaFrance almost gets into the outside wall, and he'll drive back around him. A lot of draft being taken out of the back end of Ryan Dingler there. Green flag pit stops, still not an impossibility this afternoon. For the time being, this battle looks like it has gotten itself relatively straightened out for the top spots. Conor LaFrance still leads the way ahead of Spencer Ray in the fight for the number 6 position. Ryan Dingler just up the road. Rounding out the top 5, Purcell and Gassion running 8th and 9th. Further behind them, Bear Morton and Sean Kaiser in a fierce fight for 10th. And it's Noyes, Rucker, Robert Peterson for 12th through 14th. But again, I mean, I don't think Sean Bounty's really pulling away all that much from guys like Ryan Dingler. I mean, you compare Bounty's lap times to that of Dingler. Dingler is closing. I think we've just seen Sean Bounty, I think, hit his peak, as he has now started to really struggle here as they get down to business, down to the turn number 1. Side by side for the lead. Cluj to the inside of Sean. Brandon can't do anything for the bottom side, so he'll tuck back in line. Bounty remains with the lead. Peterson looking low. Oh, Cluj slipping up a little bit from the inside. Austin McColgan trying to attack Grant Peterson. Two cars still looking low, still trying to improve his positioning. Ryan Dingler closing back in, might be trying to look to help out his teammate once he gets up there and into the fray. Brett Rucker, by the way, is in pit road. That'll be for a stop that will get him to the end of this race. Top 5 within 0.6 of a second. LaFrance and Ray running 6th and 7th, about 1.7 to 1.9 seconds behind, but still within striking distance if something goes awry up here. Cluj again looking back to the bottom. This time he's got a much better run. might be able to secure this time as they get down towards turn 4. Cluj down to the inside of Ray. Or Bounty. Bounty doing a great job on still ripping that high lane. I mean, tell you what, for a guy that doesn't have the long run pace to, I think, really contend for a win, he knows what he's doing from the outside line. I mean, he has just been on fire all night tonight. Has led by far the most laps out of anybody just because nobody can get near him. Well, they can get near him, but they can't get around him. More problems for Terrell Wheeler down the front straightaway. Brett Rucker to get around him on the high side. Brendan Cluj nearly takes out Bounty. And the HWR Falcon Race Wraps machine gets down to the bottom. Boy, that got dicey there, though, with Terrell Wheeler, as he had to scramble through the grass. What the heck? Did he find the wall? May have. No, just loose. Chased it all the way through 4 and never quite gathered it up. A car might still be nursing damage from earlier in the race. Under 30 laps to go. Further behind, Ryan Dingler getting around Austin McColgan. So McColgan dropping from what was once in 3rd back to 5th. Back here, Sean Kaiser, Bear Morton, Austin Gassion. Exchanging hands as Gassion drops down another 2 spots. So Gassion's time continuing to plummet. Cluj now pushing the back of Sean Bounty. Might be trying to help him get some distance. But Grant Peterson is there, and he needs to have that extra insurance against the charging Conor LaFrance. So he looks at the inside of Brandon Cluj to try to steal the number 2 spot. All the while, LaFrance, with that late run charge, makes the drive up to 4th. Gets around Ryan Dingler. Battle for the championship is on. Whoa, look out! McColgan sends Spencer Ray down to the turn number 3. What was that? McColgan up into the outside wall, slowing, caution, right as LaFrance catches Peterson. Did he take it? What was that? Huge, huge change in events. Second ride on board McColgan here. This is coming off of turn number 4. That's a clean pass. McColgan pushing him down the front stretch, trying to get him up there. I don't know what to make of that, but that did not sound good. Try to get a better look at what in the world. Did his pedals lock? Take another look back. 5th. That's a hardware failure. That is a hardware failure at the worst possible point. That's all that was. Jeez. I don't even know what to make of that. Well, you can now see everybody down into pit road. And I believe that could be about it in what was a great, great long run fight. That was the longest run we're going to have all day. Oh, here we go. Gassione with 2 right side tires. Peterson out on 4. So is LaFrance. So is Ray. Oh boy. It's about to get wild this afternoon. And we'll see how this is all going to pan on out when we return on Green Flag TV. Less than a quarter of this race to go. Oh boy, it's getting wild. Welcome back to Green Flag TV. You're ready to go. Back to Green Flag Racing. Austin Gassione with a wild fuel gamble here and a wild tire gamble, more likely. 2 tires only in the pits. All the other playoff 4 are on 4 fresh. Coming down to the restart zone this time by Green Flag's out. LaFrance, Gassione jumping early. Here we go. We're back to racing. Gassione getting out in front. Grant Peterson frantically shoving Brandon Kluge. Quickly makes the dive to the inside. Sean Bounty driving around the outside of all 3 of them. And Bounty takes up the number 2 spot. Now, what does Gassione have for the field? Can he hang on to a potential championship? Grant Peterson trapped alongside Connor LaFrance with Brandon Kluge in the way. Dingler trying to help out his teammate. Grant Peterson slides across the nose. Clears into 3rd, and he's got some insurance with now Kluge in between them. Sean Bounty, though, has not been able to run down Gassione. Peterson making a quick charge to the number 2 spot. Oh boy, shoving Bounty up the track. Peterson clears, trying to tuck into the draft. Peterson sliding in along with Austin Gassion. 3.5 tenths between them. Can he run that down in just 21 laps? Time is running out. While yes, Grant Peterson will have technically 2 fresher tires. Whoa boy, look out, into the infield goes Brett Rucker. Bounce it through the grass. Can he hang on? Yes, he will. Now that Grant's tires are up to temp, Gassion started to feel the pressure. Sean Bounty, though, trying to make a defense for the 2nd place. Grant Peterson is just so hungry. He can see that championship tantalizingly close. Bounty to the inside. Bounty takes the race lead. Grant Peterson trying to follow him through, but here is Connor LaFrance. He is a teammate. Peterson blocks, shuts the door. LaFrance to the inside. Connor LaFrance trying to make the move into the number 2 spot. Drives it in deep. Contact there. Watches up the hill. And I think Grant Peterson might just be able to hang on. Yes, he does. LaFrance under fire. The offensive falls apart. Ray now to the inside, looking for 3rd in the championship. It's an all-out melee now. Any strategy is out the window. It's just a run from here to the end. Bounty's taking up the race lead. Austin Gassion trying to look down to the inside again. That's what Grant Peterson wants to see. That's going to stack up Gassion's momentum coming off of turn number 4. Last time they were side by side, Grant Peterson got hooked. This time, Gassion gives him space. Peterson takes the points lead. Gassion bump drafting with Grant Peterson as they work their way down the bumpy back straightaway. Now abandoning that run as he tries to take to the inside. I think he made that move too late though. Didn't set it up right. Grant should be able to easily drive back around him, and he does. All 4 playoff contenders within 0.6 of a second. Oh my goodness. I mean, Grant Peterson and Austin Gassion, they are really having a time of it. Gassion to the inside. Grant Peterson seeing if he can't fend him off again with the draft. This time, though, Gassion gets the toe from the inside, but it's not enough. And Peterson can clear down. Whoa, Dingler! Dingler sideways, pedaling it through turn number 1, through turn 2. Loses out to LaFrance off 2, sorry. Goodness gracious, all over the racetrack tonight. I mean, this is just, it's so insane. I'm forgetting how to talk. I mean, this is how intense this race has been tonight. 15, looking for 14 to go, this time by. A lot can happen in 14 laps at the Auto Club Speedway. I don't even think we're done with cautions yet in this one. Grant Peterson steals the lead away from Bounty. Bounty trying to go back under him. Gassion with some right front damage. Can't get in line with Sean Bounty. Bounty clears for the lead. Once again, Grant Peterson will allow him to take that one up so he can draft him down the stretch and keep himself secure. Bounty and Grant Peterson still side by side, and there you see one car down low on the inside of the racetrack. I think for now they are still able to relatively take things home. I mean, this has been a good run so far this afternoon. Whoa, look out behind. One car sliding out and way to the inside wall. That, I think, was Maxwell Kroll having a nervy moment. Right, so Gassion's linked up with his teammate Conor LaFrance. They could potentially try to double team Grant Peterson here. Grant Peterson under some heavy fire, but now Spencer Ray's in the mix. All four playoff contenders are side by side. Gassion to the inside of Grant. But Grant will have that good drive from the outside to help him secure. Sean Bounty trying to control both lanes. He's just trying to go for a last bit of win, so he goes down to help the inside line. He wants them to be side by side through these corners so he can try to drive away up front. Oh, contact there between Gassion and Bear Morton as they came off of turn 2. Gassion shoved into a bit of a bout of a middle of 3 wide. Ray and Peterson now 1-2 for the championship with 9 to go at the stripe. Conor LaFrance back to the bottom side of the 69 car. Peterson hanging on for second. Bounty going defensive. Conor LaFrance going offensive. Peterson trying to hang on, but the number 7 Valvoline Camaro to the inside clears on Grant, trying to clear for the lead. Grant going to go up to the high side to try to push Bounty to get himself back in front. Contact between the points leaders. Oh, Gassion back into the door of Barrett Morton. Look out behind, they're hooked together. Morton and Gassion still linked up, rubbing doors all the way through 1 and 2. No wreck. And Conor LaFrance just can't do anything with Grant Peterson up on the high side. Seven laps to go at the stripe. How long is it going to be before somebody does something silly and we see this championship enter a new dimension? Bounty trying to clear for the bottom side. Can't get the job done. Whoa, Ray! Look out, Ray! Big slide. Peterson spun, and the caution's out. There it is. I knew it was coming. Championship blown wide open with that. Connor LaFrance takes up the top step. Ray all the way back down to second. Gassion in third. No idea what the heck happened there. Tried to take another look. Oh, Gassion cleared himself. Hooked Grant Peterson. Ray got taken out. Gassion got taken out in kind. All three playoff contenders coming together. Gassion hard into the outside wall. And Connor LaFrance will take the points lead. That's going to be a real controversial move. I can promise you that. Take a ride on board with Gassion here. Just cleared himself. Brazenly hooked the 52. Then back into the outside wall. He throttled up as well when he started to get turned back up towards the outside wall. And Spencer Ray, just a bystander on that. Try to get a better look than that. This will be good. This will be the whole run coming down into turn number 2 here. Watch the one. He's going to slide up from the inside. There's no room, no gap. Puts both championship contenders into the wall. On board with Grant Peterson. Nothing he could have done. Well, second week in a row he's done that. Second week in a row that Gassion tried to put his car where it didn't belong. And he wrecked 2 playoff contenders this time because of it. Ray still has a good chance. Ray did a great job to prevent that car from getting much more damage than it's got right now. Connor LaFrance, though, now is next to no competition. Great save there from Spencer Ray. That was a beautiful job to recover that. I just can't believe that that's what this championship has come to, that we're seeing guys make moves like that. I mean, Austin's a good driver. I'm sorry. You've had 8 top 10s this season. He should know better. That could have quite possibly just ruined a great championship fight. Second week. He did it last week. Tried to throw a block on Spencer Ray. And that caused Spencer Ray to end up being turned hard into the wall. At the end of the day, he cost himself the most, but he certainly helped his teammate out a bunch. Well, we'll restart with 3 laps to go. This fight's still not over. Still a lot of ways for this to be shaken up. Field's going to work itself down to the turn numbers 3 and 4. And the iRacing pace car will be down. 3 laps left in the season. Let's take it back to green. Sean Bound with a good launch, trying to just survive by staying out in front. Spencer Ray making a big charge, trying to go the middle of 3 wide here. Still has a championship on the line. Conor LaFrance secure with the number 2 spot. Down in the turn numbers 3 and 4. Sean Bounty picks up 2 laps left to go. Oh, and the caution is out. Ladies and gentlemen, it's overtime. Austin McColgan turns sideways up in turn number 1. Forces this race into overtime. Oh boy. Don't tell me. Please don't tell me. Up the track and kisses the wall. Gassion's drifting up. He stops drifting up, and Gassion didn't stop going up. I'm gonna shut my mouth because if I'm really close to saying something that I'm probably gonna regret. So I'm gonna keep my mouth closed on this one. But two's a coincidence, three's a pattern. We'll say that much. Tell you what, we're gonna get a break. We'll come back after this. I'm gonna take a minute to cool myself here. Welcome back to Green Flag TV. We are in overtime. As Austin McColgan finds himself being turned by playoff contender Austin Gassion. Conor LaFrance with the number 2 spot. Spencer Ray right behind him in 4th. Has a chance on going for broke. 3 attempts coming at you. Sean Bounty leads the way. Bear Morton in third. Ryan Dingler in fifth. Jacob Noyes at the number 6 spot with Brandon Kluge and Sean Kaiser in 7th and 8th. A lot can happen in 2 laps. We'll re-rack him. We'll restack him. We'll get set to do it all over again. Green flags out. We're underway. Sean Bounty clearing with the lead. Spencer Ray still tucked up behind Connor LaFrance. LaFrance goes in deep. Spencer Ray to the inside. Trying to go for the championship. 3 wide. Looking for 4 off of turn number 2. Down the back chute, Bounty still pulling clear. It's a drag race between Spencer Ray and Connor LaFrance. Peterson and Gassiel won't be able to get there. Contact behind as drivers bully each other all over the racetrack. Running down towards the white flag. Final lap at Auto Club. This championship ends under green. LaFrance looks low. Ray blocks. Down to turn number 1. Connor LaFrance. Trying to have something for him. He's got to get him. Back into turn number 3. Oh, race into the wall. Ray catches the fence. Gassion's turned to the rear. Gassion spun in the background. Meanwhile, Ray and LaFrance side by side. Down to the turn numbers 3 and 4. Off of turn 4, does the 7 car have enough of a charge to take that lead away? Ray, off of turn number 4 for the 2nd season in a row. He is your OMSRL champion. Spencer Ray hangs on, and in a bloody championship finale, it comes to an end. And at long last, we can close the book. LaFrance will have to settle for 2nd in the championship. Grant Peterson will have to settle for 3rd. Arguably the 2 most deserving drivers. Neither of them takes the championship. Spencer Ray gets his 5th top 5 of the season and only his 2nd win and his 9th top 10. And he burns it down in the infield. Retribution from Iowa. A long, smoky burnout. We're going to take a rundown through official post-race results this afternoon. Spencer Ray comes home a new champion this afternoon alongside Connor LaFrance. Bear Morton finishes his race in 3rd. Sean Bounty was 4th. Grant Peterson in 5th. Sean Kaiser was in 6th. Jacob Noyes in 7th. Stephen Purcell is 8th. Ryan Dingler 9th. Brett Rucker rounds out the top 10. Kluge, Gassion, Peterson all finished this race on the lead lap. Terrell Wheeler, Maxwell Kroll, McColgan, Chase Swabbit, and Justin Krudoff all did not finish this race. Championship-wise, Ray takes the championship. LaFrance in 2nd. Peterson for 3rd, and Gassion brings it up in 4th after he got turned on the final lap. And with that, we can take a run down and give a chat to all the drivers that took some good finishing positions here this afternoon. It was a wild race. It was a bloody race. And boy, it was a controversial race as well with a lot of questionable incidents all throughout. We'll, of course, get the chance to talk first and foremost with the man that comes home as a new champion this afternoon. Spencer Ray, this time he doesn't have all the win stats that he had for the Truck Series, but Spencer, you are still able to defy the odds and come home this afternoon in a last 2-lap charge to take championship in overtime. Walk us through that green-white checkered and all the laps preceding it.
Well, well, I don't even know. That was a lot of fun. The 7 raced great. Grant raced great. I don't know what the 1 was doing most of the night, but came out on top. That's all that matters.
You mentioned Gassion briefly there. There was a moment where he tried to clear himself up. He hooked Grant. He put you into the wall in the process, and you almost lost the championship for that, but you were just able to cling on to enough spots to make that last charge at the end. Kind of walk us through what the emotions were going through in that, I guess, 10-second time span.
Try not to get hit by somebody else who's Rick.
Fair enough.
Worked out.
It worked out well. You're able to sweep the championships in 2024. You took a big one with the Truck Series. You took a one that really came down to the wire with the Cup Series this afternoon. Do you think you'll be able to start 2025 off strong with another title?
Oh, that'd be fun. I don't know. We'll try.
Sounds like a plan. We'll get set to see you then back in January. Congratulations in the meantime on taking it home. Your second championship this afternoon.
Yep, thanks.
Spencer Ray, back-to-back titles in the OMSRL Cup Series. We'll bring up Connor LaFrance, the driver that arguably had the biggest argument for being a deserving champion this afternoon. And, well, Connor, it came down to overtime, and unfortunately overtime did not go quite your way. But still, that was a wild race. You put up a really good fight, a solid fight, and kind of talk us through finishing in second this afternoon and in the championship.
Yeah, that was absolutely a hell of a race. Congrats to everybody on that. That was by far the most fun I've ever had this season. So, but yeah, the start of the race was really slow for me. I couldn't find my rhythm, and eventually I did, and I started getting a little bit of clean air, and I slowly made my way up here, and then near the end of this run where Spencer was getting me, I just didn't have enough tire for him, and he got around me. So congrats to him.
And, of course, when it comes down to how your whole season's gone, you ran a very good season, finishing every top 10 that you've got this season. You've also doubled it up with the top 5 as well. So, really, I think making a great case for why you could have been potentially a deserving championship had this been a year-end points format. With that strong performance, will we see you back in 2025?
Absolutely, yeah. This is a great group of guys we race with, so I'm looking forward to racing them again next season.
Be a wild ride for you, no doubt. The championship will be just as entertaining with you back on the racetrack. And we'll get set to see you then when we return in January.
Absolutely. Thank you, and thank you for all the broadcasts you do. Thank you.
Thank you as well. That was Connor LaFrance coming on up for the Eastern Stars Motorsports number 7 out of Burlington, Vermont. And with that, we'll move on down to one Barrett Morton, the driver that takes home the final podium position of the season. And I tell you what, Barrett, I mean, this was a great drive for you here this afternoon. I'm not sure if I'm audible, actually, here on this one. We'll try this now. I think I might be a bit more audible now, but I tell you what, a good run for you all throughout racing action here this afternoon. You're able to get the Hard Charger Award, the last one of the season, and take one more podium to cap things off. It's got to feel good.
All right, so for some reason there was a connection problem there. I only heard that's got to feel good. So please restate your question.
Fair enough. It was, I was talking about he had just got to the last Hard Charger Award of the year with plus 13 gained and took the last podium of anybody on the season as well.
Yeah. So it's been a long time since I've talked to you, that's for sure. But this league has been extremely tough all season. I feel like I don't get the practice in that I used to. Just with the short amount of practice and responsibilities before I get on here. So I kind of have to wing it as I go, and I've just been having an absolute great time. But yeah, my goal tonight was to not cause any issues, and hopefully that was the case. Luckily, Ryan cut me a break there on the last, restart, because that could have been ugly. But glad to see a teammate win it. And it seemed like it was a pretty good season.
You're able to come home with a very, very solid outing this afternoon. We've had a few good results from you when you take a look at the season as a whole. I mean, I wouldn't say, unfortunately, you were just a little bit shy of being able to get that championship, but I do believe you're at least able to take home consolation prizes, knowing that I think with this and Tyler Gano being a bit more absent, you've taken the best of the rest championship. So with that in mind, playoff run for 25?
I'm going to try. My biggest thing has been, being off on days and stuff like that. So I try to race when I can, but sometimes if it's work related or vacation related, I can't make them. But yeah, that's the plan, and I really enjoy the group of people we race with. So I don't know, I definitely like this league.
Sounds like a solid plan. Then we'll get set to see you again in the new year. For now, congratulations on taking the honors of last podium and last hard charger award of the season, and we'll see you next time around.
Alrighty, thanks Nolan, and thanks for broadcasting this season, man. Did a great job.
Bear Morton comes home, number 3 this afternoon from Louisville, Kentucky. And, well, with that is about all the time we're going to have for one afternoon. But, my goodness, I mean, that was just complete pandemonium from start to finish. And some controversies, no doubt, to be had, and there's going to be some discussions, I'd imagine, after this race. But regardless, Spencer Ray walks away a champion this afternoon. LaFrance having to settle for second. Stats-wise, LaFrance probably should have won this one, but sometimes when the playoff format falls like this, that's just the way the cookie crumbles. You know what they say? It's racing and all fairs in love and war. Well, there's still going to be a long way ahead of us. If you want to find out more about who we are, what we can offer you, check us out today at www.greenflagtv.com. My name is Nolan Rempel. What an awesome season this one has been. We'll get set to see you all once again when we duke it out in 2025. For now, we'll get set to see you tomorrow night when we go racing for the Beer League at one of Spain's most premier circuits. Thanks so much for joining us all season long. Thanks for OMSRL for having us on board. We'll see you all in the new year.